RingGangRadio.com. Take over. Last mission. Final boss mode. What it do? Lead up to the next topic, cause I feel you on that. Like growing up, like niggas ain't really care about no Superman comics and shit. Like and
I was a Batman nigga. Like
movies, yeah. Batman was always the illa nigga. Like
yeah, and then of course
that's how we all used to, stand X-Men over Avengers, but now it's vice versa.
And it's amazing what a couple movies can actually do for you. That change your perspective sometimes.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, pretty much our final topic of the night is, as always, like I said, DC and the DC animated universe. They released a new video, a new movie, Superman: Man of Tomorrow. Now, if you heard us, obviously we've reviewed several of these DC movies before. I mean, we always complain DC live action. They struggle, but the DC animation always on point, like mostly on point. And then you wonder why the fuck live action can't just take from this, like literally take from this and just apply it to live action and make it nice and dope.
Yeah, because half the times they have a corny ass actor. Honestly, like their choices in picking actors to play the right parts is lacking, to say the least. Honestly.
Yeah, you can definitely say that. And then a lot of the live action movies have really underachieved. But the cartoon flicks, though, as soon as I see one, I'm like, oh shit, I gotta go get this. And I tell LB, it's like, LB, this shit is out now. And then LB is like, yo, bro, you know what to do. So he sends that. So I send that shit over. And then, what was that?
Oh, what's up?
Superman: Man of Tomorrow. Like, whenever a new DC cartoon movie comes out, I'm like, oh shit, I gotta do it. And then I tell you about it, and you're like, you know what you need to do. And then afterwards,
yeah, you know the routine,
nigga. Yeah. And it's like, because I always make time for a DC animated flick. And Superman: Man of Tomorrow. Originally, when I saw the trailer for it, I'm like, I'm not sure. This animation kind of looks funny. I was like, it took me a little bit. I'm just like,
yeah, it was kind of off. I feel you.
Yeah, I was like, because it wasn't as smooth as the other one, but I think
it was brighter, like, it's like it looked flashier, like it was brighter, like more vibrant.
Right. But I think once after maybe 20 minutes of watching it, I'm like, I got used to it. I was like, okay, this is dope, because it started flowing. Now, I mean, Superman: Man of Tomorrow, obviously, it doesn't go off too much on the origin of Superman, but I think more than any other cartoon flick of Superman, it offers like an origin story of it, like a different origin story. Like,
yeah, I was like, hell no, they took liberties with that fucking origin thing. This is nothing like that. That's the first thing I noticed. It was a new.
They kind of remixed the origin and kind of tried to speed it up, but slow it down and like give you like the early stages of Superman.
Yeah, his mental, like the mental stresses and stuff like that, like his internal struggles, like him, like that scene where he's crying over like an alien flick or whatever because he was kind of soft, I was like, did they?
Yeah, the mom was like, it wasn't even that scary. Like, take your whole ass kid home. Like,
I know, right?
Take a little scary ass kid home. Like, I don't want his pussy rubbing off on my son. Like, nigga.
Oh no, but I mean, at least they got past that a little bit, and then afterwards, they show him as an adult, and he's like, oh yes, Clark Kent, I'm trying to, do my thing in this newspaper and stuff like that. I mean, it picks up though when the aliens, Lobo, which was nice to see, because I don't think Lobo was any other flicks. As far as that,
no, he wasn't.
That was a nice boost in the arm right here. Lobo's introduction and his whole addition to this movie, because I feel like Lobo's an underrated, dope character. And
Lobo's entertaining as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, like,
and
he really put it added a notch to the movie.
He did. You know, and like I said, the person whoever did Lobo's voice and did nailed that shit. I was like, you know,
Yeah,
he was
definitely. Like, if you read the comics, you just be like, damn, yeah, that's how he would sound. Like, yo,
yeah. And then once Lobo hit, like it like the movie, like it flowed. It got more enjoyable. And then of course they got the first appearance of Parasite, and because I don't think Parasite wasn't in any of the other flicks either.
they took all the underrated B-level niggas. It's like, yo, don't. I mean, you know, we're always doing Superman movies. Yeah. I mean, what we gonna do different? Like, just throwing these alien niggas like Lobo's cool. Like, yeah, like they were just marking off the checklist. Like,
yeah, you know, and like I said, I mean, and they were dope too. I mean, Parasite too. It was just like, and they nailed him from the comics. So it's just like this nigga was just like, I mean, of course, his origin. I mean, they explained it. Like first, it was like, where the hell did Parasite come from? I mean, obviously, and then afterwards, you find out, oh, it's the janitor he was talking to. He got mixed up in some shit, and bam, you know, he's like a fiend, but he's a fiend for energy. You know what I'm saying? And as an action film, even though they had these characters in there, I don't think the action between them wasn't as much as like the other DC. Like the other DC cartoon flicks, like the action is graphic and it's continuous. Not as much as Superman, Man of Tomorrow. Like, you know, like I mean, the Lobo, the scene with Lobo and that little battle, that was dope. But after that, it was just the battles weren't really all that great. You know, and that I was kind of disappointed at. I mean, it's not because I think it was just more like, hey, internal struggles. You know, we'll see how Clark Kent evolves into Kal-El and Superman and all that type of stuff like that. And it wasn't really. And I don't think they wanted it to be an action film. Then most niggas wouldn't remember the story. It would just be like, okay, this nigga did this, his arm got tore off, or his head got tore off, or he got ripped in half, or some wild shit like that. You know, but I enjoyed it nonetheless. I mean, like I said, it was an easy watch. It was just okay. Yes, you know, the story of this Parasite needed more energy. You know, he was a fiend, and it's like you can't, you know, it's hard to defeat. But the ending, though, I was kind of disappointed at. I was just like, all that and that stuff that we got. I mean, I don't know if LB or P, if you felt the same way.
it was low key like a Netflix ending.
Yeah, basically.
But with like a more direct climax.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you see like the whole, you know, Lobo fight, like the first earlier fight with Lobo and Parasite and everybody,
mm-hmm.
that's when you're like, oh man, like it has so much potential. You just want the movie to just go on a high note like that, or even higher note, and it doesn't. So it kind of brings the album down. Not down. I said album.
The ending. I mean, the ending was kind of funny with Lobo. Lobo kind of made it a little bit funny, but.
Right.
Yeah.
It was underwhelming.
But yeah, the Parasite ending was underwhelming.
By the way, just saying, because you mentioned like whoever did a good job, whoever voiced Lobo. I just looked it up. He was dude in Remember the Titans. If you saw that.
Oh yeah, which one? Which character?
The dude that got into the accident.
Oh, the white dude that got crippled.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
That's what's up. I mean, that's what happened in the movie. He got crippled.
Yeah, no. But yeah, I just looked that up. Good, and he did a good job. The voice of Lobo was actually like what I expected.
Right, and hopefully that if they're kicking off a new animated universe, like they do more shit with him, and like they keep him in there like for different stories and stuff like that.
Yeah, I just didn't like Alexandra Daddario as fucking Lois Lane. Ugh.
Yeah, Lois Lane was kind of dull to me in this one. Like, inside Clark Kent's parents, I was just like, ugh. You know, like I said, I mean, voice acting is everything in here. Like sometimes they come off, sometimes they don't. You know, and yeah, they didn't come off all that well.
The one thing I did like was like the subtleness of like the way like when Clark changed to Superman, like his hair changed to look like, because sometimes like they don't make that's one of my pet peeves and my gripes about like when they make Superman flicks and like shows stuff like that. Like they don't do enough like to like really distinguish fucking Clark Kent from Superman. They look exactly the same. Like little subtle
but this got
differences.
glasses on. Like fuck all that.
Yeah,
like,
but like he like
you
Clark.
supposed to spruce the nigga up as Superman.
Yeah, like Clark had like they had a different hairstyle. Like Clark had like the comb over sideways, and then when he turned to Superman, it was the normal Superman hair. I actually like I noticed that. I'm like, wow, that's actually a change from the ordinary of they just look exactly the same. Just one with a fucking cape and not glasses. Like,
I mean, and of course, the funny thing is too, like the only person that actually knew was like Parasite, because Parasite, when he did his thing, he absorbed like memories and shit too. So it was like, oh, all that type of shit. And I'm just
Although they hinted at fucking Lois knowing, like it was almost like open for interpretation. Like you like maybe like some of you could hint that she kind of knew. I was like, I didn't like that.
Yeah, no, yeah. I mean, Lois Lane in terms of that, it was just like some hotshot that was just, was just editor-in-chief, promoted to editor-in-chief or whatever. And I was just like, she was kind of like, I wouldn't say she was low-key dumb, but she was just not interesting at all.
I mean, Lois, I never found Lois in any of like the cartoons or anything that interesting. Like, she's just in.
Yeah, she's just there. She's almost Jimmy status, but like, she's there. Like,
I also just didn't like how, like, I mean, it's kind of good and kind of bad that Lex Luthor wasn't like at the forefront of like the main bad guy. But sometimes I feel like I felt like in this one that's fine, but like I felt like they could have involved him a little bit more. That's just me.
Well, at first, I mean, Lex, they introduced him, as being like, oh, I can do this. And then all of a sudden, we switch on him, like, he double crosses and all types of stuff. It's like, maybe I'll get rid of him.
Yeah, I think for the type of story, like, you couldn't really add Lex anymore. Like, they could have utilized them better at the end. Like, I felt like there could have really been a more climactic battle.
No, so, I get that, and I get that, but to me, this is just my personal opinion. When it comes to Lex, I feel like with Lex is like a main villain, like a Joker. If you're gonna have him in a film, you gotta use him. I can't just be down with just having him and then giving him such minimal usage. But that's just my opinion.
No, I agree with you. Like, I felt like even if he was used at that minimum usage, like he could have been utilized better. Like, it's almost like he was there, like. He had some quiet points from the bench when, you usually should have like started him. Like, so yeah, I feel you. So other than that, like as far as the movie, man, I give it a 7.
Same. I give it the exact same score, a 7.
Ditto. Because like I said, I mean, it's entertaining to watch, but it didn't really push the envelope. Really anything. I mean, pretty much the biggest thing was Lobo was added to this.
And the Lobo fight, like they had his introduction and his whole fight, like was epic as fuck. Like so that's the real takeaway from this movie. But the thing is, the movie lacked moments like that. Whereas, like the Deathstroke movie, the shit we reviewed last time.
Yeah,
they kept giving you like, oh my god, moments like damn, this nigga murking this person. Like it kept just hitting you over the head, like it's like a battle rapper, just bars. Like,
yeah, I felt like this one compared to all the other films that we've watched, like this one was kind of like underwhelming. I fell asleep last night watching it. I had to watch the rest of it. I had to watch the rest of it today before I went to work this morning. I had to watch it when I woke up.
The movie it don't work like a 2-parter because it don't have a real dope ending. So it's like you gotta watch the movie for like the whole thing at once to really. I don't know for the movie to really shine, because like I hate when I watch something and I don't finish it, but then the second half is like not that good.
I mean, I only had 20 minutes left in the film, but still, like. I never fall asleep when watching movies like that, but when I do, it's like, the movie didn't catch me that much.
Like you were probably tired.
So you could be tired. I was falling asleep in the theater for what's that shit with Vin Diesel?
Fast and Furious.
Nah. Them loud ass cars, nigga. Triple X.
Oh yeah, Triple X was boring as fuck.
Yeah, Triple X was awful. So I could
Okay, damn, I don't feel that bad now. Man,
Yeah,
niggas always gotta be for that shit.
Nah, this wasn't bad. It's just like I don't care how tired I am. If it's interesting enough, I'll keep myself up.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you on that. Like, there's certain movies you could be tired as fuck and you'll end up watching the whole thing because you're like, damn, this is interesting.
Yeah, I mean, part of the biggest example of that for me was when I watched the first Insidious movie, and I watched that shit at like 6 o'clock in the morning. I woke up and I was like, damn, like, I need to go back to sleep. So I put that shit on, thinking I was gonna go back to sleep within 30 minutes. Instead, I watched that shit and get spooked out of my fucking wits. I had to get out of the bed and turn the lights on, like like I was a kid. I felt really ashamed of myself, but I was like, God damn,
ass nigga.
I mean, I'll give Man of Tomorrow, its props that it did enough to at least keep me interested with the story, although there were gripes. Because I'll be the first to admit I'm very partial when it comes to Superman. I'm not a fan of Superman. So because I'm not a fan of the character, you have to really come with it story-wise to keep me engaged and interested. Because if the story is not...
DC usually kind of does that, though. Like, I feel like this time they kind of maybe relied on features too much.
Yeah.
They say, like, look, we getting Lobo for your movie, so, I mean, he's really going to do his thing, like... they treated that nigga like a Drake appearance, like a young thug or somebody.
They basically they just threw, it's like they threw Cam all on the Jim Jones album. Like, just throw him on every track.
Yeah, they'll buy it, like, because when you look at it like a Superman versus Doomsday, that's a 10 classic.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking the Superman, the one where it's like a whole bunch of different Supermen.
Yeah,
that shit was like, I think, an 8.
Anything with Darkseid in it hooks me. I'll say that.
Yeah, like the Superman versus Batman, or the Superman with Darkseid and I think Batgirl. That shit was like a 10. Like Superman has the dope fucking movies. It's just this one they kind of like they relied on the features, man. I don't know what else to say. Like,
Yeah, basically, I mean, it was enough for an introduction, but for if you were a hardcore fan of the movies, it was kind of lightweight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, even the Red Sun was better than this one.
And the Red Sun was hard.
Yeah, that shit was hard. Like, I think that was like an 8 or a 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that shit. Like, yeah, that's when Superman was a communist.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he just going like balls to the walls, like fuck everybody. Like Superman was acting like Batman.
Yeah, that was dope. But
they beat the shit out of you.
But yeah, we give it all 7s, man. So it's mildly recommended. Like I said.
You said mildly recommended.
It is.
Y'all like these extra mild wings, sir? A 20 piece? Like,
it's not an awful movie, but don't expect this one to like push the envelope any way. There's a story, there's some new characters, and in the movie flows. That's basically all you can say about it.
Yeah, amen. Hey, facts.
Yeah. Oh man, so we've come to the end of our show for tonight. We'll let the young boy speak first. Rome, do you have any final thoughts?
Bro, shooter got bars.
Yo, what'd you say? My bad.
I think it's high as fuck. Yo, you got any final thoughts, bro?
Final thoughts. Nas made a Non-Born album. Everybody go check it out. That shit's fire. It's worth a listen. I don't fuck with superheroes like that. When I was growing up, I only watched Spider-Man, and I had everything Spider-Man.
I mean, you made a good choice if you were going to pick one superhero. Spider-Man is that dude.
Yeah, that was my only superhero. I always wanted to be Spider-Man. I had all the costumes. I wanted to be Black Spider-Man, though. When I seen that, I was like, yeah, that's my shit. Venom.
Oh, the symbiote. Yeah, that nigga.
Yeah.
I wanted to be Carnage. Nigga, fuck all that.
Carnage was raw too. I love all the Spider-Man shit, honestly. That was my shit. Spider-Man and Hulk. I ain't really fuck with Superman, Batman, X-Men, none of them niggas.
Why this like he sounded like Chucky from Fresh, man? Fuck this nigga. Like, nah, niggas Punisher, he got them guns, nigga. The X-Men.
And Daredevil. I fucked with Daredevil too. Is that a superhero that's in the DC or what? Daredevil?
Nah, that's Marvel. But yeah, Daredevil was dope.
That's Marvel? Yeah, that nigga raw too. But yeah, that's it, man. You already know who it is. Chi-Town Shooter. Wrong. Tekken Destroy out now. Check it out. It's on. We got a SoundCloud mix out. It's available everywhere, nigga. Just Google
Tech
me.
Beats.
Yeah.
That's what it is, man. AOP, do you got any final thoughts?
I mean, you already know what it is. Same as always, you know, Ring Gang forever. Forever. Forever, ever. Forever, ever. You know what I'm saying? RingGangRadio.com. You already know where to go. Get all the fire shit. You know, we got that cartoon dropping soon. You know what I'm saying? Check out Volume 1 if you have it. You know what I'm saying? So follow us, subscribe to everywhere. You already know. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube.
Boom, boom,
YouTube.
boom, boom.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We need some more lucky votes and you know all that good stuff. You already know what it is.
Buy the merch.
Oh man.
Yo, LB, man, you got any final thoughts, bro?
Yeah, y'all know what it is, man. RingGangRadio.com. You know, RingGangRadio.com.
Gang.
You know what I mean? You know, just, you know, be a part of the takeover, man, because it's only the beginning. You know, we everywhere. Twitter, Instagram, you know, YouTube. Subscribe. Shout out to the rest of the crew. PJ, RTDZ, Clanarchy, Prolific. Episode 2 of the cartoon coming up.
Yeah.
Only working on 3. Shit gonna be fire.
Yes.
Fuck.
Niggas gonna be, yo, you gonna finally see niggas put in work, fighting people.
All day.
Shit gonna be crazy. The jokes,
Nigga.
all of that shit, you know. So subscribe if you just wanna be, you know, up to date on all that shit. Soul Boys, Shuttleworth, Out of there. Ring Gang.
Go artists. Thank you, niggas.
The GOAT artist. So I can't forget that. You know, and then pretty much my final thoughts are, I mean, honestly, I'm not gonna read it what the brothers already said. This is more like something a little different, you know, because like I said, you know, this week, I mean, like I said, the world is just getting sick every fucking day. Like every other day I watch the news, there's something that fucking disgusts me. But nothing more than, you know, what happened in Wisconsin with Jacob Blake getting shot in the back purposely. And I'm angry to actually watched the video of this 7 times, and then now just seeing that he's paralyzed. You know, he's paralyzed from the waist down from this, man. You know, like this shit is just getting out of hand. Like a black man, like breaking up a fight, gets shot 7 times, like for
Crazy.
no reason, like on purpose. Like, you know, what the fuck, you know? And it's just like, and then of course you have the protest, and then you have some incel 17-year-old. You know, that's out that capped like 2 people during the protest, and the police was like hiding him until finally, like, you know, social media is like, no, that's that dude over here. He's at the Trump rally and all that other shit. And it's just like, yo, this world is just getting sick every day, man. It's like,
Jit was trying to become like a celebrity serial killer.
Exactly, yo.
Out in the open and shit.
Yeah.
You think
Hey,
Chris
what-
Parlow?
Yeah, and what really pissed me off was, you know what I'm saying, I was happy that, I was saluted my sports brothers that decided, you know what, we're not playing games today, whether it be basketball, baseball, we protested this shit. And then you got these weirdos online talking about, now because of all these people want to be social justice warriors, we're not going to get to see our games because these Negroes won't entertain us. Man, shut the fuck up.
You know what I'm saying? No,
Exactly.
fuck the game.
Bitch-ass nigga.
Like, you know, innocent black people are getting killed, like, you know,
For nothing.
for
For
nothing.
next to nothing. For standing outside their car, for driving down the street, for going to the store, for
Breathing.
doing regular shit, for doing everyday shit. Can't live our life comfortably. What's
Right.
going on?
And they're not, and none of them have been brought to justice yet. Like, you know, like, I mean, not even street justice, because they're like, literally, it's like they're trying to keep them away from street justice, but then they're not getting justice. They're treated like, you know, they're like I said, like celebrities, you know, It's like, oh, can we take you to Burger King like that fool that shut up the church? You know what I'm saying? Like before he's like McDonald's shit. You know,
Let's be real though. Let's be real. This shit keep happening. We keep protesting. We keep marching. We keep doing everything. Nothing's changing. We gotta figure something out because this shit's getting out of hand. Honestly, nothing's changing. This shit is every day. This shit is every day. George Floyd was last month. Now we about to march for somebody else.
Yeah.
Good thing this nigga didn't die. It would have been a wrap. You feel me?
Exactly. No. You know, and it's like awful. Like I mean, all that. Just imagine just being because
same city.
Just imagine just getting paralyzed, trying to do something right, and you're paralyzed because the cops are purposely shooting you in your back 7 times.
7 times. Like, oh, but he shouldn't have just went into his car. You know, so he should have just sat there.
It's always a shouldn't have done this.
Yeah,
First of
he
all,
shouldn't have been there. Like,
first of all, your guns are out at an unarmed man. For the first of all, you feel me? He's unarmed. You already got your guns out. There's a problem right there.
Right.
Whether he moves or not, what if the nigga sneezes, puts his hands on his nose? Y'all gonna blast him? Why is the tasers not deployed for an unarmed man?
Why do you even have? You don't even need tasers to be out in that situation. Like,
I'm just saying,
it's the whole. But yeah, I feel you. It's just the whole.
The guns is the last resort. The guns is the last resort. So why are these niggas pulling up to people's cars with their guns out? That's the last resort. Y'all got pepper spray. Y'all got a whole belt full of gadgets like Batman. Y'all pepper spray. Y'all got your handcuffs. Y'all got your walkie-talkie. Y'all got all types of shit, but y'all go straight for that holster. Why?
Yeah, well, unfortunately, for cops, you know, it's the first option now, and that's okay. You know, that's okay for society. Oh, if you're a cop and you're scared, you should be able to you know, point your gun out and shoot somebody. So it's okay to be a trained man of the law and panic and shoot somebody because you panic, but it's not okay for a citizen to move because it's not okay for them to panic. If they panic and do something while a gun is pointed in their face, oh, well, why'd you do all that with a gun in their face? Like, motherfucker, shut the fuck up. Like,
all it is, the NEPD is the trained KKK. That's all it is.
Basically.
You go to police academy, that's KKK training. They teaching you how to kill niggas. They teaching you how to choke out niggas. They teaching you how to lock up niggas. That's all it is.
Basically.
And the worst thing out of all this, of all things that happened regarding these recent incidents, you know, I was on Twitter and I came across a tweet from, obviously if you watch football, I mean, LB, you probably don't, whether you may have heard of him, you know, Herschel Walker.
Oh, man.
You know, Herschel Walker
that was cool.
was a great football player. You know, he's a great athlete. I mean, he did MMA, he did a whole bunch of wild stuff like that. But Herschel Walker is a hardcore Republican who has a quote-unquote friendship with Trump or whatever. And Herschel Walker has a son, Christian. Christian is a mess. I'll just say that, you know. But
that was like a Sambo combo.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, no, like honestly, usually I don't use slurs, but literally, like, this would be probably the most coonish thing I've watched in a minute.
Dog, hey man, the shoe fits weird. Like, how else am I identify? My pops even said that. Like, man, you heard that coon ass nigga Herschel Walker? I'm like, yo, for real.
And his son was even worse. Like, you know, like pretty much saying like, well, if he wasn't doing, he should. If he wasn't complying, he should have gotten a shot in the back. He was saying all types of wild shit. Like, yes, I mean, you may be a half breed, but you are a black man. Like. You think that, you know, the black man getting shot 7 times in his back for just simply trying to, you know, get
them pops were trying to have a coon off.
Yeah,
because look, when he drive home later and he get pulled over, they don't know that he's a Republican and he fucked with Trump. They just see him as a nigga, so he a dumbass nigga for that.
Yeah, and I wanted to smack Herschel Walker. I wanted to smack his son for making that ignorant ass Twitter video. I was like, You know, and like black people is like, I mean, black men are like, you know, oh, Trump isn't that bad. He's not racist. Like, I don't know why, you know, I'm a good judge of character, and you know, you got
Man, shut the fuck up.
exactly,
Like,
shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
You know, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like,
oh, Trump is. They say, oh, well, I was just getting into it with a coworker. Oh, Trump has done more for black people than Obama. Yeah,
Look, all the people saying that shit will have lunch with the man and leave after whooping his ass. I promise you. There ain't no way you'll be able to sit down with that man and have a civil conversation for 30 minutes and you a black person, honestly.
Well, you seen so many photo ops he got with these other black Republicans, and
Yeah,
When he's in the room with white photographers, it's all for show.
of course,
that's why I was
these niggas need
disappointed.
little profile boosts.
I was disappointed when Tyson was, you know, saying all that shit, you know, defending Trump and shit like that. That
Yeah.
disappointed me.
But I also look at it like all these niggas is millionaires and rich and shit, so
They support the money.
yeah, they support the money along with that
Yeah,
shit.
but
we
like-
seen
but
all
like,
the pics
nah,
of Trump back in the
that's
90s
true,
and
but when-
2000s.
But I think what really disappointed me was Tyson was like when they asked about all the racial things Trump has said, and he's like, man, you know how much racist shit I've said in my life against white people and all that. I'm like, oh my god, don't say that. Don't even fucking try to compare the two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not in a good look.
yeah,
And it's like, people got to go back to using the word prejudice, like, because black people can't be racist. Like, I'm so sick of people misusing that word when it comes to black people, or when people say it themselves, like, just ignorance. I don't know, we got to do better.
It's too much, you know, too much idiots, too much people that really need to be profiled before they actually can be issued a firearm. You know, it's just like,
And defund the police. Like, all these niggas don't need, you know, lethal weapon straps when they go to these little non-violent scenes and shit.
like, you know, this shit has to stop. You know, it's just like, I mean, people can't even protest, you know, because they're getting killed or they're getting
Yeah.
blinded
White
by
supremacists.
rubber.
Yeah, I had to black on a dude for fucking at my job for like defund the police, so what? So people can kill each other more? Oh, you know, see how it happens when you get rid of the police. I'm like, you dumb motherfucker. Like, you don't even know what defund the police means. It doesn't mean fucking get rid of the police. It just means
disband.
yeah, like motherfucker, it just means take all the money and Lord knows how much money is used to fund the police department. If you took even 10% of that money and put it towards social programs, that would be a whole lot better. Like, because cops don't do shit. People tell me, oh well, what if you got robbed and a cop like, you know, who are you gonna call? Like, first off, who says I'm gonna call the cop? Second of all, they're not going to do shit until after everything goes down. Like, cops don't prevent crime. They basically just close the barn when the animals get out. Fuck.
Pretty much.
Yeah, like, these niggas don't need to have all these type of, you know, guns, and they don't need to have brand new Chargers and shit. Like, bro, what happened to the old ass ugly police cars? Like, you kidding me? Like, fuck
Them
them
ugly ass Lincoln Navigators.
Crown Vics and shit. Like, bro, like, why y'all niggas getting new Chargers? Nah, fuck all that. Like, what's next? Damn, police car Audis and shit. Like, bruh. Like, nah, defund that shit. No, fuck all that. Like,
exactly. You know, but
I don't need the latest technology and like offensive weaponry and shit. Like,
niggas need more
Black
training,
Ops.
not more weapons or technology. They need actual training. Like, someone needs to, like, they need to take preparative training. Like, you know, what are you supposed to do when you have
no, you need psychiatric and racial profiling testing done. Like, you need social media scrubs to look and see, like, do these guys have penchant for damn racial behavior and shit? Like, you know, that's what needs to be done. Like,
yeah, really do a background check on these guys. Like, you know,
yeah.
Like, the internet is out there. Internet is a digital fingerprint. Like, it's not hard to pull up information, especially for someone in the police who has access to all types of databases and stuff like that. You know, really.
Like, come on, like, you use the damn your fucking cerebral setup and shit for right.
No, yeah, it's just like, it's just so aggravating. I just had to bring it up because, like I said, it's just, you know, it's just another isolated incident of this happening, and then if another riot or stuff breaks out like they did in Minnesota, one of us like, oh my God, those animals, they can't control themselves, blah blah blah, this blah, and it's like, and then not knowing why it's happening. And guarantee you too, in this particular case, if those officers are not brought to justice, something else will pop off. Guaranteed, it will happen again. So it's just like it was just disheartening to like having to witness, and then it's going on, and I just had to bring that up, before we signed out for the night. Yeah, so Ring Gang, like I said, we are aware, like it's not just the sports and stuff we talk about and stuff like that. We know what's going on in the world today, but I just had I just had to bring it up,
Yeah, and if you out there protesting, I'm with you. I stand with you, but just be safe, because there's crackers out there trying to take our heads off.
Facts.
Yo.
Facts. So, on that note, I'm going to end it for tonight. For myself, Pascal P, the New England representative, for LB, Shuttleworth, the God, the GOAT artist, for King P, Bodega P, for Rome. This has been another wonderful episode of Real Talk, where, as always, if shit's real, we talk about it. So, until next time, peace.